Hello everyone, I hope you have a great day. Today we're gonna start a new playthrough for Baldur's Gate 3. Without further ado, let's start. We're gonna play on Tactician. Yep. Well, who am I? So let's create as a background the following story. Let's suppose for a moment that I am a human who spent the beginning of my life living in the wild. And there I had to survive, move fast, and fight only when necessary. Basically hunting animals or stuff like that. So I wasn't a hero, I was just a survivalist. But after a while, I decided to move into civilization among people. And there, I quickly learned that between people, fighting isn't actually the best way to succeed. Talking is. So I reinvented myself by learning to talk to people in any way possible to get what I want, either through intimidation, persuasion, deception. I also learned to play an instrument in the taverns, and you probably already know where I'm going with this, to make some money initially, because I was poor. In time, people around me started to really like me, to grow fond of me, and I earned enough influence to step up the social ladder, becoming a noble. And because of my charisma and good look, thank you, I became a true ladies' man, a true heartthrob. So that's my background story. So let's create a character like that. So like I said, we're gonna be a human, and to play the one that plays an instrument, it's a bard. And the bard also has very high proficiency into talking. So let's edit the appearance, change a few things. Let's make the hair longer, because I'm gonna have an instrument that automatically implies longer hair, like that. And facial hair, let's make this. This one is much better. Okay. Yeah, let's eyes. Let's make them greenish a little bit. Look like mine. Okay. So, watch out, ladies. So, this is how my character will look. Now, as cantrips, so in Baldur's Gate 3 compared to other games, in my opinion, one of the key mechanics in order to succeed is gaining advantages or disadvantages throughout play. An advantage means we roll 2 dice, for example, and pick the best one. A disadvantage means roll 2 dice and pick the lowest number. So the goal is, I mean, that's the ideal, is me or my characters, my allies, always have an advantage and my enemies always have a disadvantage. I mean, that's the ideal. So what we're gonna do as cantrips, we're gonna start with this one. Insult a creature. It has disadvantage on its next attack roll. And it's a cantrip, meaning cantrips can be cast at will. They are not limited. So at every turn we can cast cantrips. And it's an action. Yeah, we cannot do anything else other than a bonus action, but it can be very powerful. And let's do the opposite one. So we can do strike, for example. And here my character actually, is gaining advantage on my next attack roll. So I can buff myself. Or here, gain advantage on charisma checks against non-hostile. Just trying to look for something else. Create an illusion. Compels nearby creatures to investigate. Actually, I would go with this. Yeah, we can create an illusion that compels nearby creatures to investigate. Yeah, the problem with this one, it only applies to my character. And my character, since he's weak, look at this, the health, it's not gonna, initially at least, it's not gonna be the main damage dealer. It's gonna be mainly support. So having that gain advantage, it's not very useful as a team. But this one is, because it insults a creature, so that creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll. So this one is more general. This one is 2. So we're gonna do this, for example, create an illusion that compels nearby creatures to investigate. Now, as spells, again, because he's mostly support, we'll decide later on as during the playthrough if we're gonna change that. But for now, he's support, so he's gonna do healing, but I want the healing from distance. We also have a stronger healing, but that's a melee, meaning we need to go close to where the fight happens, which I don't want to. Again, I'm a survivalist, not a real fighter. And we have heroism now. And we're gonna manipulate a little bit. Yes, put creatures into magical slumber. Or we can do this. Bane. Up to 3 creatures receive a 1d penalty to attack roll. So this is another one. You see? The problem is with the spells. Yeah, let's do this actually. The problem with the spells is there are limited amount of spells. And I think it's 2 or 3. I don't remember. I don't know. We'll see. So let's go with Bane. Yeah, we can put disadvantage. Whereas Whispers frighten a creature, they'll have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. And they cannot move. And it goes again, Wisdom. And the range is 18. Yeah, sure, we can do this. And Laughter. We can prone a creature. The creature must have an intelligence of 5. So instead of this, I mean, proning can be really powerful, because it says proning can move or take actions. And the prone creature must spend half its movement speed to stand up. I mean, this is okay. Yeah, I'm between picking this or taking some emergency spell that does damage. So this one, I'm thinking about getting this one and use it in case something really, really bad happens and someone gets really close to me. Yeah, so this is almost like a nuclear option, this one. Yeah, we're gonna do this, especially early on, because I barely have any HP. So what we have, we can heal. Yeah, we have two cantrip spells that apply disadvantage, and we have one spell. Let's make them in order. Like that, this is better. So we have two spells that apply disadvantage and or any penalties in debuffing, and one nuclear option. This release a wave of thunderous force that pushes away all creatures and objects. I mean, that implies also my allies, so we have to be careful about this. Anyway, as instrument, a lute. Yep, I'm gonna pick this one because I also personally like guitars. And as a background, Outlander. You grew up in the wilds, learning to survive far from the comforts of civilization. Surviving unusual hazards of the wild will enhance your prowess and understanding. And this one goes perfectly with my background. So as skills, I have athletics and survival. So this is bonuses. Now, abilities. Now, as ability, I'm gonna take away from intelligence. Don't wanna be super intelligent. I don't want to go all the way to 9 because I don't want penalties. Yeah, I don't care about strength. I want to go with dexterity, and dexterity increases reflexes, balance, affects your effectiveness with range and finesse weapons, also affects your initiative. So that's what I'm going the most. And of course the AC. But the initiative is the one I care, because I want him to be as early as possible into the fight in order to at least run if something bad, he's in a bad situation. And as proficiency. So proficiencies, I said he is a real talker. And for that, I'm gonna keep persuasions. Performance is already enough with 3. I mean, I played that instrument in the tavern for just a while, not my whole life, so having just +3, it's sufficient. But I have intimidation and deception, and I still have one extra one here, and I'm gonna go on the inside. And the reason is that in order to manipulate people, I need to be able to read people and the situations, and also detect lies. So this will allow me to kind of assess the situation with the people, and then based on that, intimidate them or deceive them or persuade them. Okay? Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So I'm not strong, high dexterity. Okay, constitution. I could increase this one with one more, because at every even number, for example, constitution will increase the HP, but it's okay for now. As we're gonna level up, we're gonna gain HP anyway. So I want... Actually, I cannot add more here. Okay. I was wondering if I add more here. 13. Yeah, okay, done. And obviously my name is Rel. Okay, so as guardian, I'm gonna pick the elf, where she is gonna have this cool hair. And as a makeup, we're gonna make more shadowy eyes. So she is my guardian. Okay, now let's venture forth. I remember first time I've seen this intro, I was like blown away. Okay.
My head.
Yeah, so let's prepare a little bit the UI. So in full disclosure, I'm using a mod, AutoWares. It's downloadable through the game UI, so the mod manager. One problem with all the RPG games is that the inventory can get really bloated after a while, and it can get really annoying, like where's, you know, like always setting what should be so-called junk. Okay, and what this mod does is you can add particular objects to the list, and from then on, any object that is part of that list that I'm gonna pick up automatically is being marked as wares. So it would take probably a little effort initially to add object by object, but after a while it's gonna be extremely useful. So this is the icons for the mod. I don't need them. And let's prepare a little bit the UI. I always like to put the melee first. Yeah, this here. And the range here at the bottom. And let's see. So the spells and the cantrips. So this one is a spell, 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 cantrip. So cantrips are separate, including the bard inspiration. It's kind of like a cantrip, kind of, but not really. So okay, we gotta put it here. It's come somehow in the middle. And yeah, let's put the dash here, because the dashing is important. So jumping, dashing, and disengaging, I believe these are very important. And yeah, that's the pushing too, as we can do that too. Okay, yeah, let's put it like that. That's like that. Okay, now for the people who are wondering, I did play this game quite a lot in the early access, and when it came out officially, I played it just a little bit due to time limitations. So this is probably gonna be the first complete playthrough. So we have the wares here. So here it is. So I have this peridot. I'm adding it here, and you see it was marked automatically as wares. So next time when I'm gonna pick a peridot, since it's already in the list, it's gonna be marked as wares right away without me doing anything. Okay, and let's go through the main rules of the game. So the first rule of the game is we do not save scum. We get what we get and we don't get upset. And even if the dice rolls are bad, we're gonna go with that. And when talking about dice rolls, I disable the karmic dice because I want to use the true RNG, and I think that's closer to the normal tabletop D&D games. And I know some people like one way, other people like it the other way. I prefer the true, like almost like a real life dice rolling. Okay, so let's move forward. Yeah, we're gonna loot. We're gonna loot
No traps.
as much as possible, but I'm not gonna be a hoarder. I'm not gonna loot everything, but I'm gonna loot a lot. Yeah, what we have? Which table? Yeah, let's go.
We are trapped.
Yes, I'm gonna go and talk to you. Yeah. Ooh.
Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place, you'll free us.
The exposed brain quivers in expectation.
Please. Before they return. They return.
So who am I talking to, a man or a brain? I think you're past the point of saving. Tell me what to do. You sound afraid. Why? Yeah. Who am I talking to, a man or a brain?
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You know no creature like this. One that is more brain than person.
I think you're past... Yeah, I think you're past the point of saving. Tell me what to do.
Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
So we have investigation, strength. We can break the skull or inspect the exposed brain, or gently prise the brain from the skull. And we have dexterity. Yeah, so we have extra 3. And, ooh, we failed. But, like I said, we get what we get and we don't get upset. Okay?
The brain won't budge.
Okay, so what should I do? Should we destroy? Yeah, let's destroy the brain, yeah? If we cannot have it, let's destroy it. Oh. Boom. Okay. Yes. Ah, we can loot. Wait a minute. We can loot the body. Oh, there is nothing. Okay. And... anything else here? I don't think so. Let's move forward. Hello.
Abomination. This is your end.
Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes.
My head. What is this? Skvar. You are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
What made you think I was a thrall? Who are you? We need to figure out where we are. Yeah, who are you?
Who am I? Your only chance of survival. We carry Mind Flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Geich, Mind Flayers.
Okay, that's not good. So we are turning into mind flayers. There must be something we can do.
We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority. First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. We will address the matter of a cure for this infection once we reach the material plane.
All right. So let's escape then. Ooh. You are ugly. Alright, so he says, okay, we know it's turn-based. So who's first? It's, yeah, me too. Okay, and these 3 imps. And the imps, they have 7. I'm looking at the HP. And what is their... Okay, AC of 7. So they should be relatively easy. Now, like I said, we're not going to use this one yet, but we're going to use a cantrip. Yeah, let's... Whom should we focus first? So let's put on this one. Okay, it's safe. It failed. So, yeah, did not work. And what we're gonna do... Let's go with... Oh. Yeah, let's fix Lizelle too. And again, I like to put everything organized, because it's very helpful in long term. So at the bottom goes the range, and at the top goes the melee. Yeah, always dashing is important. Disengage and push. Yeah.